should you believe? Heavy burdens on your shoulders, no salvation, shows a faithless smile. And everything you touch and everyone you know has let you down. Although the tears you've cried, it's time to wipe your eyes, 'cause you're one in a million and no one can take that away. Special in my eyes, forever and for always. It's plain to see that you are in a million. Booyala, booyala kaya, un si malo tualo. Is on lungo, not the back on Zelilo. Un si malom tualo, hey, hindi kumbulile. Is on lungo, is on lembese, not the back or he walk. One in a million and no one can take that away. Special in my eyes, forever and for always. It's plain to see that you no one can take it away. Forever and for always. It's plain to see that you are. Mama, where I'm singing you a love song, 'cause you are the greatest of them all. Mama, where I'm giving you all honor, no one else can compare to you. Oh, you've been through it all, yet you haven't lost all your strength. Say, I waited, Mama,
Hej, 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 hej. Så säger man på svenska i Sverige. Very, very, very welcome everybody to this 5th episode of something that we consider to be significantly special. Special because it's a time where we do two things. Number one, we create awareness for a very interesting vocational project, a vocational training project in agriculture in South Africa. So raising awareness for that. But more than just awareness, we also expect support. And so tonight will be about that. Getting you to support what we do in South Africa. For a very, very long time, this has been a passion for me, something that I'm very, very committed to, very passionate about, deeply concerned about, because a lot of young people who live in these rural communities, they easily could have been me, very easily. Some of them grew up in homes where difficulties are common to a given day. Some of them grew up in circumstances where life's difficulties bring you down, reduce your confidence in life, and in some way maybe even dent your conviction and your hope for a future. And it's those young people that have become the burden of my own soul. So for a long, long while, I've been very, very interested in creating opportunities for these young people to learn, to grow, and to see a possible career in agriculture. And if you know a little bit about agriculture in South Africa, you will know that it's probably not one of those things that young people would consider to be a career option. In fact, a lot of them will think, no, it's hard work, it's manual labor, it's not something I'm interested in, it's definitely not something that I would like to be doing for the rest of my life. Young people have some kind of aversion to work. Now, not all young people. So not all young people are created equal, huh? So some have a real drive and a real vigor and a real interest in learning. But it's to be understood, if you have a certain view of agriculture, that you may not think that this could be a place for you. But we want to change that mindset, and it's why we are doing this particular project. What are we doing this evening? Well, firstly, before I say what we're going to be doing, there are some people here that I really, really want to thank. Definitely my friend and colleague that faithfully makes sure that I have enough coffee to drink. That's Thomas Larsson. He is with me this evening. And then I have Philip from Engelska School and from the gymnasium. He makes sure that the students don't miss a very warm and wonderful place called the school library. Now, some may think that's a disease to be cured of. You stay away from places like that. No. Philip, thank you so very much for joining us. And then 3 students. One of them is a mentor student. I'm not going to say more. The other one is a debater, and the third one is their bodyguard. Did I get that right? I think so. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. You made a promise and you kept a promise. This is wonderful. And I know Benny had reservations to make it through today, but when the king called and said he needed to speak to her, she said, look, I've got a couple of more important things to do. I'm going to Birkagarten number 10, and that's where she is tonight. So thank you very much. I'm going to just play a little bit of a song here in the background, and while I play it, I'll move the slide or the live so you can see who it is that will be joining me from Cape Town later this evening.
The yearning that's inside of me makes me sing.
The bird that flies from the south today, its song brings back the African swing, fills my heart with its longing, passion burning deep inside, like fire burning through the night, brings hope and meaning. This is my music. music, my song finds me when I'm all alone. In the silence of my home, the yearning that's inside of me. This is my music, my song finds me when I'm all alone. In the silence of my home, the yearning that's inside of me makes me sing. Oh, makes me sing. Makes me sing. Oh, makes me sing.
Okay, I am back, and thank you very, very much for joining us here. We'll be speaking to Iona Birkes. Iona Birkes is from Cape Town in South Africa, so we're going to make a call to the south, and we would want to encourage those of you who are living in the south to stop bragging about the wonderful warm temperature. Huh? Cool it. Today we had what, -6, -7? Yeah. This is like a heat wave for the Swedes. Last week it was -12. People who are living in the north, they probably think it's a heat wave. But anyway, and I'm going to try and get Iona on the line for us just in a second.
We salute you, our champions, brave and fearless ones. You are, you're the treasure of our nation. Symbolize our rising star. You're the keepers of our genius. You're the symbols of our pride, representing all our greatness. By your power, you turn the tide. Oh, yeah. Celebrate your gift. Oh, we inspire you, inspire, making great opponents make them fall. You are winners, champions. Ooh. Now receive your glory.
Well, that song that you just heard in the background is a song by none other than Andre de Lang. And Andre is a very close friend of ours, and actually Andre is part of this particular project that we are doing. And he provides the music for us and presents some very interesting and inspiring moments. And from day one, since we started this about 5-6 weeks ago, Andre has allowed us to let his music be part of what we are doing. And so we're thankful for that. I have on the line now Iona, and maybe Iona, I have a couple of students here. I have a librarian. He's going to check to make sure that all the T's in the books are crossed and all the I's in the books are dotted. His name is Philip. so, and so you can hear us okay?
I can hear you clearly.
Oh, that's,
Hello, everybody.
yeah. So let me just put a little bit more volume in the room. Iona, where exactly are you?
I find myself at a graduation dinner for a very special young lady, and I am out in Stellenbosch at the Route 44 restaurant, and it's absolutely beautiful here. I'm standing amongst the most amazing art pieces, and I wish that everyone could see what I'm seeing right now. So beautiful.
Well, good for you, I would say.
Yes. I'll, I'll take some pictures and send them to you later.
Okay, we need that.
Yes.
So, just a little bit of reflection between you and I. I think it was really good to be speaking to both Sade and Tanya.
Tanya,
Yeah,
yes.
and the specifically and Johanna and
Oh, and
and Albin,
Albin,
Albin
yes.
in Sweden. So. Um, Thanks again for your encouragement for them, for inspiring them to. I remember that pat on the back that you said would be important for them to give themselves. Just for those who are maybe finding some of these names unusual, they are not unusual names. They are people who are very familiar to us. Tanya and Sade are the first two students that graduated with a certificate in plant production from a agriculture college in South Africa, and they came through a bridging program that we provided. And so the last 2 weeks, Iona spent some good time encouraging them and affirming their achievements and their accomplishments. And Iona, did you get the sense that this was meaningful to them?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I know for sure, without a doubt, that they were missing home a lot while they were there, but they were also quite sad to go back or to leave. Not necessarily to go back. I would say they were sad to leave the people behind who they had connected with, because it was such a special time, you know. And it was also, I think, an enriching time for everyone who was involved. And the students felt that, which is why they still keep in touch from time to time. Very, very good bonds were made while they were here.
That's fantastic because I think what is really crucial is this whole approach of affirmation that it is such a vital part.
Yes,
I do know that
I agree.
I do know that sometimes people think we shouldn't overdo it in terms of affirming and encouragement. There's fear that these will go to people's heads is sometimes
Yes.
pushing the reason why people withhold affirmation. I'm glad that in our orbit we don't think so because we think affirmation is really a human
No,
need.
it's quite the opposite. It's quite the opposite. I've always believed that it's very important to speak positively into people's lives, and that if they are going to feel um, anything, they should feel proud of themselves. And so, over affirmation, if that's what people want to call it, I think it's healthy, because there's nothing wrong with being confident in yourself. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being proud of your achievements and, you know, being able to speak positively over your own life. I don't see that as conceit or conceitedness at all. It's good to have that, because, you know, you need those kinds of skills when you're stepping out into the world and doing what you do.
Oh, absolutely. And the fact that they have received it so well is a good sign. I do think
Yes.
I remember that both of them felt that they had not done this before. This whole thing about patting on the back, I think that was quite unusual for them
Yes.
as an exercise. So good for you that you insisted that they do that. So that's great. I think it's an encouragement.
Let me just sorry, Theo. Just as a final point, let me just say that is very much a female thing. Hey? I'm sure that that our male counterparts do not struggle in that area. It's really a woman thing, and that is why it was so important to me to just really say that to them and have them hear what I was saying to them, because as women, we tend to always take care of everyone else, and we put ourselves at the bottom of the list of priorities, and we don't really stop to take that time to speak positively over ourselves, and that's why it was so important to me to utter those words to them.
Good. And I think they took it to
Yeah.
heart, and I think it meant a lot for them. And so that was encouraging. I really appreciated the fact that they could hear that, because in my view that is something that does not always happen.
Yes.
I'm speaking to our owner because she's in Cape Town. She's not exactly in Cape Town. She's just outside of the city. Well, not just outside of the city. That would be a good 35 kilometers, I think, outside of the city, in a place called Stellenbosch.
Yeah.
And we are talking about students who have come through the program, who have benefited from our investment in their training and education, in order for them to acquire knowledge and skills to go into the workplace, a workplace in agriculture. And so, in a couple of minutes, in about 12 minutes, in fact, we'll call Sven up. Sven is the owner of this particular space, and Sven has been very, very kind to allow Learning Academy Worldwide to use this space for the benefit of promoting the project in South Africa and for getting support. On the matter of support, please hang on, because I'm going to be putting up a specific slide on this feed, so that you can find a way to support what we're doing in South Africa. And I really, really hope that tonight some folks would respond. If you can't help, if you know somebody that can help, by all means, please share the information with someone in your orbit. I want to just back to you. If you think about the point I made earlier, and you were not online at that particular point, but I was talking about work in agriculture, or a career in agriculture that is not on high up on the list of students. Is that your sense as well, that agriculture is not really considered to be such a big thing for young people?
That's been my experience, yes, and my observation, and it's actually something that I think needs to be talked about a lot more. And when I say talked about a lot more, I specifically mean in schools, so that more young people understand that the option of having a career in agriculture doesn't necessarily mean the Farmer Brown image that we are all so used to. Seeing somebody walking around with a hat on his head, toiling very hard, by the sweat of his brow. That is really not what agriculture is about. There's the technology within agriculture is just phenomenal. And I personally have learned so much in such a short period of time about just how important agriculture is all around the world. And I think that young people can be encouraged just knowing that that agriculture has taken on such a tremendous technological aspect to it. And I think, you know what? I'm going to say this bluntly, because that's just how I speak these days. I think it's important to just say a thing as it is. I think if we show young people just how much money there is to be made in agriculture, they'll come flocking.
Yeah, well, three of them are laughing. Then one laughs more than the other. The bodyguard is thinking, "This is my moment."
Because I think they are hearing the truth.
Yeah, and that's really important, because we sometimes say it's not all about the money, and I know what we mean, but you have not only to pay the bills, but you need to take care of folks around you, and you need to have the sense
Yes,
that what I am
absolutely.
busy with is meaningful and has the gives me the ability to do more, for others
Yes,
in that space. So
yes.
I get it. Thank you for pointing that out, because it's sometimes we have those reservations, but thanks for being blunt, um, blunt about something that I think is is,
You're
is
welcome.
really important, because we all sometimes think about it, but we don't want to talk
Yes,
about it for young people. It is lucrative. Thanks for bringing the issue about technology in, because that's quite an
yes,
important side of things. Let me just quickly, for the benefit of everyone who are watching at the moment, one of the uh, I'm glad you talked about the money, because I'm going to put up a slide about the money. This is the chance to talk about the money. The three students that are here actually are probably one of the richest students, or some of the richest students in Stockholm. So this is for them. So what you see at the moment up is a slide. And for those of you who are joining us online, on Facebook, and we are also on Twitter, and we are on YouTube. We were able to go on all three platforms at the same time. How cool is that? You can clap loud if you want to. Yeah. That's quite a big thing, Iona, because we're toying with the technology all the time. And so we had worked over the last week. How can we broadcast on three different platforms all at the same time? And
yes.
we managed to do that. So right now we are live on Twitter, we are live on YouTube, and we are live on Learning Academy Worldwide's Facebook page. The three students that are here have been instructed by their bodyguard to let their fingers do the walking on their devices, and share as much as possible. For those of you who are joining and seeing, there's a donate securely option. It's a QR code. Q means quick and R means response. It's the kind of thing we would love people to do. You can donate anything, and we have options there. And there's one specific option that has to do with training within animal health. And this is one of the focus areas for us over the next 2-3 years. It's one of the things that brought us into Sven Isaksson's orbit, is his love for horses. And this connection enabled us to, in a very, very specific way, place an emphasis on training that young people need also in animal health. And there's a big connection between animal health and human health. So, but young people need training. And so please do go there, and we'll just pause very briefly while we listen to Andre singing Awe Mama. Yes, that was Andre de Lang. Thank you so very much for allowing us to share some of the concerns and needs we see as we try and make an impact and a difference in people's lives. Iona, thank you so much for giving that cue for the funding that's not only available in agriculture as a career, but also helping. Do you, well, the question I was going to say, do you, but I know you do. Um, there, you have convictions about the power of generosity.
Just repeating that, some people are quite jovial here. Everyone's celebrating
Yes,
graduations. I
yes,
didn't
of course,
quite
and we don't want to. We don't. I was just thinking earlier. We'll try and get you to get back to the party because we don't want you to miss all the fun.
No,
But,
that's all right.
but also
That's all
we,
right. This is
we
very
are
important.
suffering up here in the north. So if we could get more people to suffer, we'll be quite happy. But no, but I was just pondering over the value of being generous, and that being generous is powerful. I know sometimes, when we ask for assistance for people to donate and give to a good cause, sometimes one can feel like a beggar, but I have personally experienced that there's such a joy that comes to me, comes to other people, because I've been strengthened, I've been enabled to give. Is that your sense as well?
My sense, absolutely, yes, I agree with that. But at the same time, can I also just say that where I've always seen people's hearts go is to the core of a project. And so when people understand what it is that one is doing, once they understand what kind of impact that project will have, they are more likely to come to the light of the shining of that project for sure. Because it is easy, it is very easy to donate. And I use the word donate actually very carefully in life because it's not always about donating, it's more about sowing. And pardon the agricultural term there. But I see people as sowers. And so when I have conversations with people about um, investing in any kind of projects that are worthy and that are sustainable and that will help the world, so to speak, I usually refer to it as sowing. And I say, you should sow. You really should consider sowing into this project. And that is a very vital part because when someone's heart is connected to a project, it is very easy to be generous. It's very easy to be generous because you know what you are sowing into, you understand the impact of that, and you will want to continue that.
Ah, that's beautifully stated, and I think that is quite valuable. In fact, it is. It's the difference that it makes, isn't impact. So,
Yes.
but it's quite apt for you to use the word sowing, because, and then a
Yes.
few characters after that, or maybe words after that, you use the word investment, and
Very important.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite crucial, and it makes a difference. If we just think about the individuals that we've spoken over in the last over the last 3-4 weeks, we could see that impact. For those of you who do not understand what it is or want to have more information, what Iona is talking about now in terms of sewing, you are more than welcome to go to a website called www.learningacademyworldwide.org.za. Learning Academy Worldwide is exactly how you spell it. And I'm going to try and at one point during this conversation get that up as a slide for you so that you can see where to go to find information as to what we've done in South Africa in a couple of rural communities and how we've been strengthened. So thank you so very much for that, Iona. Now, I'm going to the three quick things that we still need to do here. One is we need to call Sven. And so if you could stay on the line for that, I would appreciate
Sure.
that. Um,
No problem.
we had such a ball of a time last time when we chatted, and
Yes.
so it was quite delightful. Let's see if we can get Sven on the line. For those of you who are looking at what I'm doing now, I'm calling Sven, just so you know. Let's see. We're adding Sven to the call.
Hi Theo, how you doing?
Oh, there he is. Sven, we're doing very well. I've got Iona on the line as well.
Oh, hi. How are you
Hello,
doing?
Ben. I'm good, and you?
Yeah, it's good.
Good, good.
Yeah.
I would want to say Sven is very modest. It's not good. Sven is a little bit sick.
I know. That was modest, yeah.
Yes. He's not well, so is a lot of people, Iona.
Yes.
Largely because of the flu. You go ahead,
hit
Sven.
by a cold and a flu. So first day, a little bit okay, you know. So it sounds okay, but the other days we're down in bed.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. But it's
But
no.
the commitment and the dedication, because here you are on the line.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm lucky it's no
Well done.
COVID or nothing, you know. But no, it's fine. It's
Yes.
fine. Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. Get better soon.
He must. He does not have a choice. He must get better.
I know.
Yeah.
But Sven,
He needs to get back to the studio, doesn't he?
he must get back into the studio.
Yes.
I feel I want to sing a song to you, Sven, that sounds like this. It's lonely in the saddle since my horse died. But
Yeah, imagine. Yeah.
this, Sven, there are students who are looking here with us today at Sven's, and they're wondering, what?
Oh,
A saddle? Horses? Died? Lonely? What's going on? Anyway. But Sven, thanks again. We don't want to stop saying thank you for the incredible support you provide for the kind of work we do in South Africa. And so tonight, you must have seen that we have very specifically asked people to donate. And we've added as an option, and in the space to donate, we've added option to donate to what we call education within animal health. And so that particular slide is up right now while we speak, and I really, really hope that folks would follow your example to show and sow their generosity.
nice.
Yeah. You feel that this is an important part of your life, isn't it? Giving and making an impact.
Yeah, very much so. It's one of the best things you can do, I guess. You know, it's a lot of, it's easy to just be focused on yourself, but if you stop and open up and really start a dialogue and see what you can help or bring energy together or listen to people to work together is amazing, and then you find the causes that are great, like animals or business idea, or like we talk about agriculture, music, some kind of passion. Yeah, it's. I know from America, actually, I learned that a lot. You sit down in a table and you get people and you talk about problems or causes or whatever, and then you go around the table and you help each other. Reach out. What do you need help with? Maybe I have some contacts in my network and whatnot, you know. But to sit down and talk about what you need help or your aspirations and ideas is amazing, and we don't do it enough. It's often just talk about other things and hide away, you know, from those kind of things. But sharing and open up networks and ideas, it's an amazing power, actually. And is the best feeling of accomplishment you can have. Like some people say in sports, the success of winning, or if somebody is buy or sell a company or make $1 million or whatever, you can get the same satisfaction or feel in the body by helping people, and that's kind of free,
Wow.
so that's important.
I appreciate that emphasis, and my sense is that from day one when we met, you've had that commitment, and the space where we are now is a tangible proof that you not just talk but you act based on what you believe. So we really appreciate that.
Yeah, and I think it's just the beginning too. We're starting out and keep moving on, and just establishing the foundation. So it's just the start and building on. I think that's important too.
Yeah, and that whole sense is something that I own in myself. I've just talked a little bit now. The whole thing about looking at sowing into other people's lives. Um, do you see this also as sort of sowing a seed that will grow?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is. I think it's like a muscle. You train and step by step you get into different. You kind of guide it into different causes, and if it feels good, you move on from there and continue on. So I think it will grow and grow, and just curiosity, or what we are talking about is bringing people together, and specifically now South Africa with agriculture is a great. You can help and impact that, but it's also universal. We can go deep in discussions about agriculture in any country, or when we talked a lot about the Swedish agriculture challenges or opportunities, it's worldwide. It's such a hot topic, but it's kind of cool in this place to go deep down. It's actually right in South Africa, in Haarlem, when there's education, training, and animals, and everything is alive, and with some resources you can really help and make an impact from the start, just by one thing. Sometimes we have ideas, or thinking big, or that it becomes too much, but here I guess already that was cool. Wow, look at what they're doing, and it's a real serious thing to bring light and attention to, that often get overshadowed, like now in the news, of negativity in whatever cause. But if you really start and listen, and you can bring out amazing things by people, causes, and subjects, not just watching a documentary, but be involved right away with little thing, and then you get attached to it, and from there on, you have some skin in the game, or you're involved. It's real. Take a step, and you're in it, and this is an amazing platform for that, I think, in all forms and shapes.
You're absolutely right. And, talking about having skin in the game, because one of the pictures I pulled up, because, I had to pull up pictures to show who my guests are. And one of the ones that I have up right now, for those of you online, if you're wondering, that's Sven and myself. Well, you can't see me because I don't want to overshadow Sven with my own beauty. So I only have a picture. I. I have a picture of you, Sven, online where we had a discussion, and in the background, right at that moment, was that picture of one of the students in a blueberry nursery putting a very small plantlet, a blueberry plant, into
Wow.
a tray. And that for me captures the kind of investment that you have made and that folks are so eagerly wanting to make, I am sure. But thank you once again for starting this journey off with us. And I don't want to keep you long. You're not well, and we all here wish you a speedy recovery, and trust that you will be able to, battle the cold and battle the fever and win. And we'll find
Yeah.
another moment to connect.
Yeah, we will for sure. And blueberries, how that connected to my son Frank. It's
Yes,
such a
that's right.
cool you mentioned that. Like, we hit it off right away, but then we went to the office and Frank was with it, and you talked with the blueberries, and he just like, whoop, that connected him,
Yes.
and then the whole thing with Andre, when he sings and plays just with his music, he brings people to tears almost. Such a talent and amazing thing. So it's so many levels to
Yes.
go from, and like you say now, it's amazing to get real support and follow the steps in South Africa. But the whole idea, what we're doing, is amazing on so many levels, with future possibilities.
Oh,
So
that's wonderful that even those around us, those close to us, that are family, are benefiting in some very specific way. Maybe in this case, in Frank's case, igniting a thought, igniting an idea, igniting a maybe some kind of aspiration, and you never know where that's going to lead to.
yeah, and
Yeah.
how to be involved. It's so easy sometimes. You want to be involved in organizations and this and that. But if you have somebody like now, we post on LinkedIn or on our Facebook or something, and then curiosity, people, wow, so they are into that, and they have context or curiosity, or real connection to South Africa or whatever, and it's just a real spark of people behind it, and then dig down again to, we're gonna see now real examples of, from the school and the land, and just jumping into horses and animals is just fascinating, how
Yes,
easy
it
and how
is.
much it engages into people. But then in reality, it's like, wow, horses are really running around in the wild. But you
Yes.
can be part of it instead of reading or commenting on Facebook. It's like, no, get on it, or invest or educate yourself before
Yes.
get into the podcast. It's real,
Yeah,
and
it
it
is
doesn't have to
absolutely
be
real.
some big organization,
And
or some.
thank you for mentioning the land thing. Sorry to cut your word there.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, because I've
That's
just
like,
pulled up
wow,
a
it's the
slide to
land.
show people who are joining us on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. What you see there is 2.5 hectares of land that our students will have for the next 6 years. They can actually use this to not only to learn but to earn. So it can become a productive space. We think it could be a connection for us in a tangible way to maybe also teach animal health in that particular space. So, if you want more information, of course, anybody that's watching or listening, learningacademyworldwide.org.za is the place to go to. And of course, but you can, on all of these channels where we are broadcasting, you more than welcome to send us a little bit of information if you so require. This is the place where you can donate, as I'm putting up on the slide right now. If you want to share, you're more than welcome to do that, and we will, of course, appreciate all the help that we can get. And so, thank you so very, very much, Sven. You must please. I almost wanted to say get some rooibos tea, but I don't know. Iona, do you think rooibos tea will do the trick?
Yeah, whiskey. I know, whiskey.
Rooibos tea?
Yeah.
Yes, some rooibos tea with lemon juice in it if you can stand
I know.
it.
We got a tea or a Texas whiskey.
Oh, Texas whiskey.
No, it's
Oh.
whiskey and coffee.
Okay, that will help too.
Oh, just the thought of it makes my head spin.
Yes.
Yes.
Only on the horse. Only on the horse. Now I gotta.
Well, listen, Sven. Once
Hot
again,
tea, yeah.
thank you so very much for spending your time with us and making again, of course, the space available. And of course, I don't have to ask you, but I do anyway to share that portal where friends, colleagues in your network can go to support what we do. We would really appreciate, of course, if folks can go there and find a way to support what we do in South Africa. And of course, we'll be eternally grateful if you do that. Thank you. Have a good rest of your evening. I have one more little presentation to make that you can join us online there, Sven. And so please send all regards to Maria and the family. We appreciate you.
Maria, everybody says hi, and we're gain some energy, and follow you. And thank you very much.
You are very, very welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye for now, Sven.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was Sven. That we
Bye,
had
Sven.
wonderful chat there. We appreciate him.
It's also gotten quite noisy here, so I apologize, Theo.
So say that again.
Someone has turned up the volume on the music on my side, so it's getting quite noisy.
Okay,
I
and you want?
apologize for that.
Oh, not a problem. You want us to turn the music up on our side as
I was
well?
in a very nice, quiet space, and then suddenly it got very loud.
No problem. We understand. So we're getting to the close of it. It's good that we are, doing maximum stuff in very, very short amount of time. I wanted to just say something very briefly to folks who are watching us online and listening. And thank you so much if you're spending your time with us during these moments. This means a lot to us. We really, really appreciate you being here. People have time. They have their own commitments, their own schedules, obligations, responsibilities. And when someone like you are taking out a moment of your time to share that with us, we appreciate that. We've asked people to donate. One of the beautiful things that have emerged as sort of come out from the work that we've done in South Africa is that people have watched what we've done. And so about a year ago, the European Union's Erasmus Plus program noticed what we were doing in South Africa, and they proceeded to give us a grant. There was an application, and we applied for it, and we said, we think our biggest need is to train our teachers. And so we won a grant. And so together with other... Yes, hoo-hoo, that's right. It is a hoo-hoo. So together with other African countries, a few, Benin and Kenya particularly, we were chosen to receive the support to train our teachers. And that particular training has as its sole purpose to elevate or to raise the level of the knowledge of our teachers in vocational training in agriculture, because great teachers have the potential to impact students for greatness. And so we've appreciated this investment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Statement.
You've interacted a little bit around this project, and we thank you, Iona, for your own commitment and your own work in this space. I am sure it is your sense that this is something that can go quite far, right?
It's going to go very far, very fast. It will grow exponentially. I see that. I do see that.
And the general objective of the actual project is to, as it says on the slide now, to build capacity in the field of vocational education and training. And very, very specifically, you can see on this particular slide, there is Learning Academy Worldwide in it from South Africa. And we are, together with other project partners, part of this 3-year project. It really started at the beginning of this year, and it's spilling over the next 3 years. We're into to the 3rd year, and we are, of course, very, very, very excited and pleased and honored that we were chosen to be part of this. Iona, thank you very, very much to you for your precious, precious, precious time. Sorry that you have to walk away from that jovial atmosphere there.
Nothing was going to keep me away from this live broadcast. I can tell you that right now. It's very important to me.
Much appreciated. That's Iona Bierkes from Cape Town, South Africa. Well, right now she's in Stellenbosch, and she was very, very kind enough to let us enjoy her insights, her capacities, her words of wisdom, encouragement, and a grand affirming participation in this evening's broadcast. So I want to thank you very, very much for joining us. We really, really appreciate that.
Good night to everyone there. Thanks so much for being part of all of this. It's awesome, and thank you for having me. I really do value what you are doing here. It's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We'll speak
Okay,
later.
everybody.
Take care. Bye-bye, Ona.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Mama, where I'm singing you a love song, 'cause you are
That's Andre's. Well, it's. I have to say, this is actually my favorite song of Andre's. We try to begin with it, and we try to end the program with it. It's got a real sense of being part of something substantial, and the reason why he wrote this particular song, and you can hear there, he's talking about Mama, Awe Mama, and when I listened to him explain what's behind the song, one of the things that was beautiful to hear was the tribute and the honor he gives to a mother. But he also explained to me it goes beyond a given mother, but it transcends to every single person that plays that beautiful, affirming, encouraging, supporting, embracing, caring role in a person's life. And so, Andre, we know that you're not doing so well either. I remember you were saying that personally you were struggling, and Gunilla is not well either. And so we'll trust with you that you'll get better, and that you'll soon be back to sing Awe Mama with us here in the studio. So all of the best as you recover. We trust with you that everything will go well, and that you will find an opportunity to not only take care of each other, but be consoled by the wonderful care that you get even from your children. So thanks. Thought that we were just making up our studio audience. They are real. Good night, everybody, and thank you very, very much for joining us.